Hi everyone, welcome back to HGTV Handmade. So with Christmas on the way, I have a really fun DIY for you. We're going to be making giant gift bows. I first had this idea when I made this gift bow headband for a Christmas in July party about 2 years ago. But with real Christmas coming up, I thought that I would make a few more of these giant gift bows and show you a few other ways to use them. Let's get started. So if you need a refresher on how to make a gift bow, that was actually one of my very first videos that I ever made here on Handmade, so I'm gonna link the full DIY right down below. But here's a quick recap. Cut pieces of paper or ribbon to these measurements. Gently fold one of the longer pieces in half, and then tape or glue it into a figure 8 so that it looks like this. Repeat that with all of the long pieces, and then tape or glue the smallest piece into a circle. Stack them on top of each other, gluing as you go, and you've got yourself a gift bow. Okay, so let's talk about measurements because the DIY is basically the same. We're just gonna be scaling up all of those numbers that I just showed you. So if I'm gonna make our first bow out of duct tape, a roll of duct tape is 1 7/8 inches wide. To scale up all of the measurements, we're actually going back to middle school. We're gonna do some fractions. You can see how all of the numbers are just simple ratios. So set up your fractions, cross multiply, and then divide. And then we've got our new number. Knowing how to do this allows you to scale your gift bow up or down as much as you like. But if you don't want to do the math yourself, here are the measurements that I used for the duct tape gift bow. So make each one of these strips by laying down a piece of duct tape that's a little bit longer than the measurement. To have nice clean edges, I covered it with 2 pieces of duct tape and then flipped it over and folded over the edges. And then I just cut it down to size. So once you have all of your strips of duct tape ready to go, use smaller pieces of tape to fold them into the loop and the figure 8 shapes that I showed you earlier. And once all of those are ready to go, put together the bottom layer of the bow by rolling up tape into loops to attach each of the figure 8s on top of each other, and then use more tape as needed to make sure that it is all secure. Repeat that for the second layer of the bow, and then use more tape to tape the entire thing together. And that's it. Now we've made a giant gift bow using nothing except duct tape. But if you don't have that much tape on hand, next I'm going to make this medium multicolored bow until you'll use less tape in each color. To make this one, cut the tape in half, which gives you these measurements to be working with. Just use 3 different colors or patterns to make all of the pieces, and then we're going to make the gift bow the exact same way that we did before. I think this is adorable for the top of a present, and it really becomes part of the gift because you obviously have put a whole lot of thought into each step of the gift-giving experience. But if you don't have any duct tape on hand, another alternative, which is how I made this original gift bow, is to cut down cardstock and then cover it with a festive packing tape. Or if you don't have packing tape, obviously you can decorate cardstock however you like. Just use hot glue to attach all of the pieces together, and the rest of the process is exactly the same. Or get a roll of heavy wrapping paper. Here are the measurements that I used for this one. All I did was use masking tape and clear school tape to tape the whole thing together, and then I used more masking tape to hang it up on the wall, and it definitely makes a huge impact for very little money. Or to take it one step further, how about turning your cabinet or your front door into a giant present? Just cut down wrapping paper to be the ribbon and tape it onto the door, and then tape your giant bow in place right in the middle. This is another inexpensive decoration that has a lot of impact on a room. Or just like I did 2 years ago, you can attach it to a headband, stick it on your head, and wear it to an ugly Christmas sweater party to really go all out with your outfit. So I would love to know from you, how would you use a giant gift bow like this? Which one that I made do you like the best? Let me know in a comment right down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a very happy holiday.